There is a new reality TV series on Tru TV about a newsroom in a very small town down south.
So it's our business, caught our interest. But we got even more interested after we recorded an interview with one of the stars. Her name is Lucy Biggers. But there were moments where I felt like, wait a minute, is this Lucy or is this Hannah? See what you think. And Hannah's standing by to tell us what she thinks after the interview rolls. I don't even know where to start. I feel like this is partially my life. Are all the news reporters you're talking to today saying that exact same thing?
A lot of them are. I love it, though. That's like my favorite thing. I love when people are like, we've always said there should be cameras rolling.
All right, so for
behind the scenes.
For people who haven't heard of this TV show, how do you describe it?
You know, I'd say it's, it's a 30-minute show, and it's really, comedy, lighthearted. It's a diverse cast of people who are obviously all personalities. And then you throw in, the deadline of having the 5 o'clock show every day, equipment breaking down, and then finding stories, breaking news. And so it's all these combination of things that really come together to make a really fun, fast-paced, and lighthearted show.
So it's about people in really smaller town news markets. This happens to be Mississippi, and all of you trying to sort of break into the profession and just dealing with, are you kind of a duck out of water? Because you're from Connecticut, right?
You know, I am a bit of a duck out of water, but there is like a hodgepodge of people who come from all over the country. So there's a whole group of young reporters, young weather people who are trying to get their first break in TV. So I'm one of the only Northerners, but I can relate to other people who we're all kind of going through the same thing, and I'm sure you can relate to when you were getting your start. The hours are crazy, what's expected of you is crazy, but what you really trade off is a wonderful experience. And for me, I was the morning news anchor. Who can say they've had 2 years of experience on TV every day by the time you're 24.
Here's my question for you, because, I've been in your shoes, and you're like, you wonder if there's reality show cameras on you, because you're like, sometimes you just can't write this stuff, just the craziness that goes on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people are trusting you with their stories. And, sometimes the stories aren't funny. Sometimes they are heartbreaking. Sometimes they are, of the utmost seriousness. How do you guys balance, the drama of a reality show with the actuality of sometimes, real life that can be pretty nitty-gritty?
That's a really good question, and that was something that I grappled with a lot, too, before the reality crew got there. It was, I didn't want to come off like I was disrespecting our viewers and making light of things that are very, very serious. If a house burns down and someone's lost all of their possessions, that's no laughing matter by any means. And I think what the reality show really shows is less about the house burning down and more about the process of finding the story, getting the interview, getting your cameras going, making the decision, is this something that we want to cover? So we don't really go into the specific stories of what we cover. It's much more about behind the scenes, of us doing our jobs and all the different challenges and also comedic moments that entails.
So there's the fun of it, but it also really could be maybe an educational lesson for those aspiring journalists out there?
I think it is. Guys, don't think it's too glamorous. Lower your expectations. There's definitely an education in what you're getting into. It's definitely not as glamorous as you think.
Well, Lucy, hey, maybe one day you'll be up here in Rochester with us. Thanks for your time.
That's my neck of the woods.
Wait to check it out. Yes, you should come back to the Northeast. Good luck
I love it, Jennifer.
Career.
So nice to talk with you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
That's a Welker-alike right there.
Welker wannabe.
Thank you. That's a Welker wannabe.
Yeah.
Hannah saw this interview as well, and she couldn't get over it either. She was just amazed at how similar. So Hannah, what would you say the similarities are between you and Lucy Biggers? What would you say? Is she a Welker-alike?
I think she stole my voice.
Right?
I think we sound exactly like. It was creepy because I was in the newsroom when we first did this interview, and I was just listening, and I wasn't seeing her. I was just listening, and I said, where is there a video playing of me? And then I was looking at one of our producers' computers, and they said, Hannah, you have to look at this girl and listen to her. And I said, oh my gosh, her mannerisms are the same as me, and she smiles a lot, and she's my age. It was just so crazy. I mean, so crazy.
She has that can-do attitude. That I'll try anything once kind of attitude.
Yeah, she seems like she has a lot of fun, but also works really hard at her job. So, I don't know, maybe it's me with like a tiny bit of a southern twang.
Yes,
I think she has been down in the South for a little while, so.
You can hear it in her voice, yeah. But she's no Hannah Welker, though.
No.
She's no Hannah Welker. I'm just gonna put it. Lucy's great, but she's no Hannah Welker. We love our Hannah.
Norma.
Thanks, Hannah.
All right, coming up, the Peppermint Sown Seeds fashion show is back. We're going to sit down with the designer and creator of the show. And
we got models.
Model time.
Oh, yeah. We've got a runway for them, too. A catwalk, I should say.